Hello, this is Rick Hardman coming to you for the second video in a series of 3 on keyword research. Now you know what keywords are. Now we're going to go tell you how you go research to find the best keyword phrases. Now you notice right here I'm at Google. I'm actually going to come up here to the address window, delete that out. I'm going to go to a website called freekeywords.wordtracker.com. Hit my enter key and pull this website up. Now this website, when I come to this point, I should already have a concept. I should already have an idea of what it is I would like to do my business on. At least, maybe not a single concept, but several concepts that you want to research. For this video, I'm going to take the example of baseball. And in particular, I'm kind of looking for the concept of youth baseball equipment and anything related to youth baseball. Okay. Now, my broader idea might have been sporting goods, sporting good equipment. Maybe I chose to focus on youth. And in this particular research, I'm thinking, well, it's summer. I'm going to check to see what baseball is like. Okay, so here in my keyword box, I'm going to type the word baseball. Oh, and you'll notice I misspelled that. That'll get me not as many results as I want. I'll go ahead and click on the Hit Me button. It will come back then with some results. Oh, sorry about that. Click that over here. Okay. Now you'll notice I get this list, a fairly lengthy list. If I were to scroll all the way down, I mean, it goes down there a ways, okay? But notice here, up here, it says that there was 68,500 searches. This is going to give me the top 100, but that's 68,000 searches that involve the word baseball. Okay, now each phrase here, you'll see the first one's baseball, pricing baseball cards, baseball tournaments, baseball games to play, baseball schedule. Okay, each of these have a number out here to the left, and that number represents how many times it is anticipated that phrase will be searched in the next 24 hours. So you might be thinking, oh, good, I got it. The higher the number, the better. Well, that's not entirely true. Yes, you do want a higher number of searches, but you want them on terms that are going to bring targeted traffic. If I'm selling baseball bats, it's not going to do me any good to target a phrase Britney Spears. Now would it? Because somebody searching Britney Spears isn't looking for what I have. There is still even a more subtle difference. If I'm selling youth baseball equipment, pricing baseball cards probably is not the right keyword phrase. I'm not even sure the word baseball is the right phrase necessarily. While it's not bad that I get traffic on the phrase baseball, it's not targeted traffic. And so my conversion rate, or the amount of people who would come to my site that type baseball versus those who came that type baseball that would actually turn into a sale, not as good as if I get into some other, maybe baseball bats, and we're going to check that in just a minute. Now, I would highly recommend, here's a big key, you have to keep track of your research or you will drive yourself batty. No pun intended. This is important because you can have, which is more important, baseball bats or baseball bat? You'll notice one gets more searches than the other. So you're going to need to know, did I search baseball bats? Do I have that number? Or did I have just baseball bat? Things like that. So it's important you keep track. I'm going to show you a quick tip using an Excel spreadsheet. Many of you may know what that is and how to use that. I would encourage you to use Excel if you do. If you don't, and you don't want to go get that, you can go to openoffice.org. And get basically the free equivalent of Excel. If you don't feel like, hey, I don't have computer skills, I don't want to learn a new tool, and you know how to use Microsoft Word, put it in there. Whatever you do, the key is to do something, to keep track of this in some way. Now, if I'm going to use Excel, it's important, it won't copy and paste correctly unless I start from this point here. So I'm going to highlight this down, and I'll go down through this as quick as I can. Love the nice little blue screen it gives me every now and again. Okay, so up through there. Now I like to just right click and copy. And then now that I've pulled up an Excel spreadsheet, I know my search term is going to go in column B, so I'm going to grab that column line there and stretch it out maybe that far to make sure I have enough room for my search phrase. And I'm going to go ahead and right click and paste. Let that come in here. It'll take just a second. Taking longer than I wanted. There we go. Okay. Now that it's here and it's pasted correctly, I could go and delete those lines. And so if I highlight it, right click, delete. Yes, I want to shift cells up. And there I go. Here's all of my search phrases with the number out to the left. Now a little tip here. Actually, I'm going to stretch column C just a little bit. I like to type, boy, apparently baseball is something I struggle to type. Okay, I'm going to type my original search term, what I originally searched to get these words in case I want to sort back to this order later. Now that I've got that, another way to do this is Control C. And then I'm going to highlight down here, down to there, and do Control V. Now, if I needed to sort back into this order, I could. Okay. Eventually, you're going to paste a lot of different lists here into your Excel spreadsheet, and then you'll go through and delete out the duplicates. You'll go through and delete out anything that's not relevant. Okay. Now we're back at the Word Tracker tool. And now we pasted this list in. Notice I didn't take time to really sort through this at that point. I just pasted it in there. Now I'm going to come back and I'm going to look for relevant terms. Okay, for example, baseball bats. Now I'm going to click on that versus baseball bat because I notice it gets more searches. That's going to, in essence, redo my search. You notice I got baseball bats in my keyword now. Now, ooh, if I were doing youth baseball equipment, look what I've got right here. Youth baseball bats. That would be a good one to have potentially. Now you notice the number is quite a bit lower, but remember that this is about bringing targeted traffic to your site. I would much rather have 5 visits a day and 3 cells than 5,000 visits a day with 1 cell. Okay, and I'm much more likely to get a cell from somebody who types youth baseball bats into a search and lands at my site that's targeted on youth baseball equipment than I am to get a sale from somebody who's just searched baseball, because they may have been looking for something totally unrelated to youth baseball equipment. So here's the key. Here's the assignment. You're going to continue to do this research, and I would kind of go through and find anything that's relevant and keep clicking. You might go 2 or 3 levels down, clicking and clicking and clicking. And again, you're going to copy and paste those lists into that Excel spreadsheet, one right after the other. Make sure you delete out those unnecessary lines each time you do that. And then when you're done, I mean, you might have thousands of phrases, and then by the time you go through and filter that out, pull all the stuff that's not relevant, pull all the duplicates out, you may end up with something that's only 50 keyword phrases long. You may end up with something that's a couple hundred phrases long. The key is that you get in here and you do this research so you know what words are the words being searched. Now in video 3, I'm going to show you one more step to further that along to make sure you're targeting the right keyword phrases. See you in video 3.